For now, we'll have that in hand. Overdrive in the charge of Shiro. Very suspicious about this smoke. Something just trying to stay tucked, and so far has not been flushed out. The jump forward, looks to try to steady it, can't quite make it happen, but has done a significant amount of damage. DOS9 at 30 HP. Famous, however, on the peak, instantaneous, finding Devi, leaving Patman now to try to clutch it out. Finds the first, backpedals, has a fault line, even has a rolling thunder. And he's not going to be shy about it, it would seem. Taps the door. Fault line sent. Famous not sticking to it. Push coming through, and Jing, uncharacteristic whiffs, doesn't even find much damage. Shiro, you're really losing a tiny smattering of armor. Sight still does get taken, plant coming in, rolling thunder held. But Armageddon, I don't think that Patman's gonna be able to get away from this one. Oh, he's barely slides out. What a narrow window. And now he's got the rolling thunder at the ready. Orbital strike will start. Forcing back NC Slasher from drop, something swinging up towards Sand, ends up getting taken down as Divine. Finding one with the op, eating a flash. Rolling Thunder holds the rest of the team back. 2v3, looking for the smoke timing, but Forsaken finding the headshot, and they're just picking their targets and nailing them.
30 seconds left.
Retap, just a spray through. Berserk's able to find him. Forsaken massacres too. Divine out, sights back over. Lockdown is brought forward. And Berserk's has his work cut out for him.
Oh, something's quite low.
Takes the first step.
He knows where they've gone.
Alarm bot, yeah, gets the trigger there. Something escaping forward into tower. Low on HP, as you say. No utility between them. With just a turret. It's just going to be the blind push into tower, and Berserk's is able to find it. Might just be able to bring this back into their favor. The tap, the scale forward. Forsaken, though. It's going to go ahead and call for a three-player push out from that B side, but Berserk's just had it aligned, but couldn't quite find that final shot. Still does an immense amount of damage, finds a kill on the Jing, opens things up here for the team. DOS9, however, going to be overwhelmed here at the attacker's spawn. He's taken down at the spike, now planted.
Something does have 3 Sky Smokes as well. Put them to his heart's content.
Tap at the door, the bounce forward. Shiro, great readjust. Finds something. Is forsaking Shiro, and NC Slasher is going to be taken down. Now it's just sliding Neons right at each other, but Famous comes out on top. The tap at the spike. The Sheriff from the Devi. Glass Cannon Bulldog.
Yeah.
Jing around the corner. Putting some damage through there. Patman swinging in, trying to reinforce this position. DOS9, however, is able to collect 2. Opens things up a bit. While Berserk's Glass Cannon coming up with value.
Getting cheeky.
Tries to slide up into the smoke. Forsaken still slow walking in the halls with that outlaw.
DOS9 holding for it though.
Forsaken finding the first shot. Can he pick up the weapon? He's going to look to do so. Ends up dying though. Berserk's from drop. Finding it. Something now. Has to try to pull this one off. Shiro, salvos at the ready. There's the tap. Forcing it back away, guaranteeing that there's just not going to be enough time. Berserk's will end up falling. There's something. Door left unlocked, and boom, looking to just make themselves right at home. Jing, though, nice shot, finds the kill there on a Famous, but NC Slasher coming away with 2. As well as finding an immense amount of damage on the Jing before getting taken down by the Showstopper. Something trying to steady those shots, but DOS9 a little bit faster with it. Finds the headshot, keeps him with the advantage. And Devi is still at B with a judge. Push forward, getting ready to come through. Something trying to watch the angle here with that Sheriff. The push out. It's going to be Devi with the Phantom. He's able to catch him by surprise. Dancing around the wall is Forsaken. To the opposite side, finds NC Slasher, and Paper Rex are doing it again. He's got the outlaw, but now they have it confirmed. Spike picked up.
Spike planted.
Berserk's has to go absolutely crazy. Destroyed by it. Forsaken is about to be rewarded. How does he get away with that? Even into a half buy. And Jing now finds Famous. Berserk's pushing forward, trying to take some forward space, but a glimpse is going to be found, and there's the stunt. Patman swinging out. So damn snappy with it. Finds the headshot. NC Slasher tucked away. It's just two stingers in their hands. Forced into the open by the Molly. And he can only deliver one more. Two players on this side of the map. The Nanoswarm going to be disrespected. Famous trying to run him down. The shorty drawn out, but a tiny bit of damage going to be found. That paint shell, however, might find more as Jing, position given up, shifts forward towards Arcade and eventually will be found. Berserks comes away with it. Something trying to go off of timing, but Famous just a little bit faster. Forsaken now sliding forward. I mean, she's getting shot by the turret behind. But do they realize that he's in this spot? It seems like the answer is no. Elbow taken off, Famous 5 HP. The AWP would be overkill, and it will not find the chance. As Patman now a 1v4 clutch to try to bring this to a conclusion. Oh, what a catch! Doesn't squander it. Overdrive here from Famous, doesn't manage to find one, but Jing takes down Shiro, the showstopper, at the ready. Famous at tower, sends it to the side. Nothing gonna be found there, but locked down just to create some more shallow angles. Jing trying to counter swing out, eventually finds it. It's all down to NC Slasher, and he cannot make it happen. Patman is there, finds the finisher.
Ada yang kosong, Mas? 2 jam ya, Mas?
Leaf not to be moved though, and there's the slightest gap in a corner to play in, not stuns up. He's getting 2! Just for the trouble, Jonah P instantly there with a response. He fills in the gap.
And immediately the pings are coming out in that corner. A flash, a clear, and Leaf picks up 3.
Swinging all the way through here, it's all onto the shoulders of Narrate. Explosive is the opening, but already the net closing, and that's G2.
G2 would have to hit some outrageous shots to win this round.
Seconds already going to be drawing blood there towards CT Zelsis. That backup policy, striking from behind. And that's a flawless, very forward angle. Yuto's going to be skipping right past him along with the players and the bodies. Might just be dropping and toppling. Valin is caught in a corner, stunned up. Oh my God! Aftershock is just going to be rinsing him. Jonah P sidestep and good with the crosshair placement. Able to return with that fire once more, straight down the gut. Jonah P offloading all sorts of bullets and just dropping
2 important players for Sen.
Zavos and the stun as well. Great crosshair placement though. Zekken, Jogmo getting one as well for his troubles, and he backs himself out of there on top of it. It has pulled a bit of the attention away here. G2 are quite scattered in terms of the defensive setup. And Valin, luckily with the Thorns by his side as well. Those are going to be detonated by Leaf, so it has slowed down the approach by Sentinels, but they do have 40 seconds left to play with. And this game of cat and mouse has just gone the wrong way, but Leaf is absolutely going to be reciprocating. That's a Steel Guard and expecting an instant response, but Senna slowed themselves.
And here's Jorgamo with this late round repush. They're so confident right now, G2. Clearing out. Valin walking down mid. They've got great information that this is going to be ending C, but Leaf cannot die. Sen need to root him out.
It's a flurry of bullets. Leaf is barely alive. He's going to be limping towards the back of the side if he wants to try and make a play to push this one back here, but seconds to spare. Sen get themselves into the post plan at least, and G2 have that discipline, waiting for the smokes to dissipate. Valin earns himself 2, still Leaf back against the wall. He's got to know roughly the position of Zekken. Isolated into the 1v1, all for the A's. Dodging, sliding off to the side. Oh, to spend it! And an ace! G2 can't really make a go of things here with a Hunter's Fury on top of it. Might be the cherry on top here, but still G2 are going to be drawing that blood. Leaf finds that opening, looking for a little bit more here. Armageddon is all being laid down on top. Sen posturing, trying to offer themselves up here in the rate. It's got so much to do! Moving into a different spot and direction here, and it's a re-clear called with a stun in sight. There it is.
The re-clears are really good from G2. They're constantly getting information. Again, though, I come back to the same thing. It hasn't mattered in the late round because someone on Sen turns up.
Zekken causing all sorts of pressure. Jorgamo taking a cheeky peek out through the double doors, and the rate has fallen. 3v5 situation now for them, and Lurk plays called for. Bang, cleaned up. It's all watched for.
And if there was going to be somebody who could step up again for Sen, I think it would have been Bang in this round. He got an opportunity in on A. If he'd won that duel against Valin, they would have been able to get a free plant and a 3v4 post plant. Now, things are looking almost impossible for Sentinels. The clock's against them, the numbers are against them.
10 seconds left.
Surely it's a round where G2 can stabilize.
Low to a crawl here, and it's just second left to stand against it. been offered a shoulder or two, but the round's already going to be lost, and G2 know it.
I got spike.
Playing this one back. Waiting for it, and this is a reclear call for, but will the timing be missed entirely? Zealous is the first one to catch that contact. There's stuns, and Util in their faces! In second, grabs himself two, flash, not quite avoided, but a gate crash, okay, will lend you to safety. But Sentinels have access to the site now.
Are they aware of this flank coming around from the flank, from behind? They should know that Leaf's been going for this regularly.
It's already rapid up towards A-Long here. Just a bit of distraction plays being called for these G2 players, though. Stopped in their tracks, and it's up to Leaf here from the side, finally. Takes that time into strike here, but a lot to deal with now if you are Leaf. There's that 3-2-1 swing used in response. Armageddon off to the side, and it just cleans up second. So road is paved up there, and still TP quick into the back, and bang! Strikes back! Doubled up with the paranoia. Leaf has to be there, instantaneous. Finally cleans this one up, and it has called for a pause. Salvos forwards, and the rate by the guns were finally back in action. Rifles in their hands, Sentinels not to be outdone.
That play from Bang was absolutely sick, under so much pressure.
Spike planted.
Never not smoked though, still. Bodies are going to be toppling regardless of that one, and it's all left towards Trent. Will he be given that opening? He's found the first. Stuns avoided. Shots rattled. He's got another rough position, but a timing taken there by John. From behind, this is it. Jorgamo's time to strike. Brings it true there, at least with the stinger in his hands. Bang, wrapping around now. He's got to try and at least stop this one in their tracks. What the hell happened there? Jorgamo, someone taking a bullet to the brain, but Trent is there. At least with the trade, and this entire time, Sin have been creeping forwards, crawling. And open access to the A side is what they've earned.
Zelsis throws down that trip that I think he might have been wishing was on the flank, and they've inserted Zekken deep into B. He's going to get good information. They might suspect that somebody's been left in this spot. But do they think it's going to be the Neon? Oh.
Already coming to fruition here, still. Plays off into the flank, but G2 don't really have much more control outside of that one. Sight's been flipped entirely here. Sentinel's still in a good spot, and that's a stun for a stun and an ult expended. Rolling thunder into your face. Oh yeah, that's a bit of miscoordination, but the aftershock pushed forwards. A bit of spam might earn himself another one. Jonah P still alive for now, but not for much longer. Zelsis and John have to join and combine their might to try and stand against this one. Salvos. It's not pretty. The heat's been turned up entirely. John can't deny it into the 1v1. Reinforcing this one here, plenty of bodies. Time to stand up to the test. It's going to be sent your way. Salva's in for the back. There's not really much safety. TP into the back. That is risky, but G2 looking to fill this one up again, and second is there. It's rapid, isn't it? Wrapping around and trying to put that pincer into motion. Still, he's fired off a couple of shots and revealed the hand entirely, and G2 are calling for reactions of their own. They're taking space, they're taking names. It's a feed that's filled up entirely with red, but Zekken's still alive, and with that, a chance. Pistol round win. He's already caught that timing here, but double down, found the one. Not quite the second. Support arriving. Valiant is so fast up onto this line. And he's just going to be meeting a fight straight up with John. Nothing to really support that peak. And the refight is called for by Sentinels again. They are not willing to let that go unchecked. Zekken just unleashes. Well aware now that Valiant could have taken that timing once more, but he's trying to regroup once up onto that. The Ray watching it. Closing in now on all the possible angles that these G2 players could have crept into. And in towards Garage, so Armageddon is trying to push them forwards. Bang! Barely getting the hell out of there still. As the curtain drops, so does Jorgamo with his head just clean off. Valiant again wrapping rounds and away here. Watch for, not quite John. Just slacking in terms of that crosshair placement, and now it's a game of this timing once more. That's going to be a pull. Forced out of them just from the tap there, bang. We'll be able to get second and not to the half. Not quite, but the salvo is pushing them back in their way. Great util from T2. Discipline on show. Top form on top of it. Now Bang's getting kills, but honestly, the time has already ran out. Playing around, weaving in and out of the cages, and he's caught that timing. Bullet to the side of the head. Thing could be said of Valiant.
30 seconds left.
Bang all the way up through into the back now. There could be a timing to be taken. Zelsa still hanging on to a bit of that backside control, calling for the flood attempt, and here it is with a bit of the util. G2 though, they were lying in wait and they pounce on the timing. That chance to strike. It's a sight that's going to be theirs now. Zekken and John QT left into this 2v3. Just the Outlaw, doubled up with the bodies. G2, swift dismissal, and what a shot by Lee. Jorgamo's got to be here in this one, surely. Emphasis playstyle, just missed it onto the angle. Zekken is happy to oblige and draw some blood out of it. Still Trent Let's follow up.
Dude, going 1 for 1 there is perfectly fine for G2. They're not bothered about that at all. You take away the player that's got 21 kills. And G2 have got big ults to be able to work with. It's going to be tough now for Sentinels to even cover the whole of the map.
Giving up all of A, instead looking for that re-exploration in through mid. And okay, let's go even.
Spike drop, though, in mid-window. So G2 can't do some kind of fast reaction. They have to go and recover that.
Inserting a bit of slowed pace here from G2.
They're now going to realize that those players that went down the mid push were previously defending A. So there should be a gap. Bang, Valen again.
Timing again! It's Valen who wins this one out.
Both times. Bang, just not quite checking an angle, and Valen, he keeps the momentum going.
Yeah.
All left down to John QT, who's having a bit of a nightmare over here, watching the defense half slip away from him.
Picked to pieces. Death from 1,000 cuts here for John, and this rifle in his hands. They have no money really to rebind to the next. Him just gliding straight past with a blind and a flash. Okay, there's a trip to try and play off. Jonah P. Right over towards the top and through the wall, and already dodging, weaving, ducking away, and dominating the spot that he's in. Down in the leg doesn't stop Trent, yet still that side is going to be opened up. Over towards G2 now in that 2v3. Damage barely done, and Trent. Survives for now, plant down, Jorgamo, he knows he has to take those risks and loses the fight out. John QT barely alive for it, and Trent is in a very difficult spot still. Sentinels needed this one near side. Fantastic connection and a good cleanup in the end here by Sen. Sitting tucked into the corner here, it's a cosmic divide.
They're probably going to expect these trips to be for heaven.
Bang spamming, he's just caught with a bullet to the head there. Zeltis tucked low into the corner. He's not long for the ward there, not with a Steel Guard and overlapping Armageddon. Everything is being used by G2 to secure this round up.
Oh, Narrate
Chip
takes
damage.
A bunch of damage at the end there, half HP. John has ult, but they're going to need healthy players to follow up on it.
Fun to get Crash backing away here, but he has to shot, caught into the corner. It's a good combination. Stunned up there, second wave of things, and he spotted it. Target acquired. Valen shuts it down. It's all left up to John now. He was supporting from afar with the Utah, but now left to step up. Earns himself the first one. Damage done to Valen and Jorg. It could be done, but a tap, and it's ice cold by G2. Not a peek, not a glimpse. And now with time played, they win it out entirely. Just one round to stand between them though, and that is aggression. Second punished.
What a punish. That's the play that Zeken's been going for the majority of the half. Going back Sentinels to their more defaulty setup. And Zeken, he had such a start to this map. He was on fire. Now has to watch as G2 try to secure the first of these map points.
G2 have a habit of this as well. It's going to be that slow squeeze over the course of the round. Celsius, risky business pushing up like this, but risks are to be taken. Your player down, head of the spear, chopped right off with Zekken falling early here. Let's see if the clearance is there, and he hears it. Footsteps onto the corner.
Valen just can't be beaten right now.
No, locked in.
They've left this gap over towards B. Leaf exploiting it. John watching for it. Takes his eyes off it for a moment. But he's got the right idea. They are getting squeezed on the A site.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Itu dia. Ah. Mana sih? M? Woi, mana ini woi? Elah ngedes banget dah, masa anjing banget, cok. Anjing banget ini value-nya. Apa sih, cok? Ya Allah. Ih, nggak jelas betul anjing 5M. Wah, nggak jelas cok 5M cok. Tolol masuk harus ngentot banget ya 5M. Anjing cok 5M cok. Astaga, astaga.